Chris Direwald, and this is Power Play. I don't know whether you know this or not, but Hillary Clinton is running for president. It is a tightly held secret that she and her campaign are working hard to keep from the American people, because what they would like for you to do is talk about Donald Trump and that thing he said or tweeted, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So can she make it work, essentially, to be the first person since, I don't know, Warren G. Harding to stand for president and not run for it? I don't know. Maybe. It might work. Chris Deaton will make it work. He is from the Weekly Standard and a purveyor of general excellence. Adam Wollner also purveys general excellence. He does it for National Journal. Gentlemen, welcome. How are we doing?
Well.
Okay, so Adam, starting with you. Democrats are... This will sound weird to you, Internet, but the truth is, Democrats are a little frustrated that it's not harder for Hillary Clinton, because if it was harder for Hillary Clinton, they could get her on the record, they could make her say more, they could make her do more, but instead she just sort of is carrying around a trapdoor with her to disappear.
That's right. And really, yeah, this campaign is playing into Hillary Clinton's hands in a lot of ways, because she's a very cautious politician. You know, we've seen her, limited interactions with the press. Compare that to Donald Trump, who's, doing interviews and is in front of a camera seemingly 24 hours a day. So, for Hillary Clinton, and when she does make missteps, and she has certainly throughout the course of the campaign, it's just immediately wiped out by whatever Donald Trump happens to be doing that day, because he always seems to one-up her in terms of controversy. So, as far as Clinton's campaign and her allies are concerned, I just don't think they want to get too complacent here, because this race will, likely tighten over the next 90 days. But again, Trump always seems to overshadow anything Clinton does.
Chris, it took Hillary Clinton a full day, a full human day, one rotation of the earth, to say that she did not want the endorsement of the Orlando shooter's father, who had said all sorts of unseemly things. It took a day? It takes a day to say, yeah, pass. That says something, doesn't it?
Yeah. I'm surprised it didn't take a Martian day, personally. I mean, it should have taken more hours than that, because that's the nature of this campaign right now. It goes to the point that Adam's talking about, goes to the point that you're talking about. Why say anything at this point? Why not adopt the Harding strategy? She's not going to be held to account for it ultimately, not because people necessarily aren't trying to, but where's it going to appear in the New York Times? It's not going to be on A1. Everything about Trump is going to be on A1, and that's the nature of the election right now.
But don't you have, but my point is, it says something about a campaign that isn't nimble enough. And Hillary Clinton sort of has a Death Star element to her campaign. You see this giant armored space station moving around. The Ewoks are all running around down there. They're getting freaked out. And she is just, it can't go fast. And it sometimes feels like a sitting target. Is that a danger for her? Is that a thing where if she becomes, as you said before, complacent, but also not nimble enough that she can't move around?
Yeah, I think that's certainly a worry for Clinton's campaign, and if Trump ever does get to the point where he can go more than 24 hours without committing some sort of gaffe that dominates a news cycle, pretty soon, Hillary Clinton is going to undergo her fair share of scrutiny as well, and she's going to be prepared for that.
Like in a day where you had a Wall Street Journal story about emails that are gross. They had a couple of gross emails from the State Department about their colluding, or not colluding is too strong, but working in close conjunction with the Clinton Family Foundation, as well as the stuff about, which would have been a fake. She didn't invite the Orlando shooter's father to come to her rally and ask for his endorsement, but it was embarrassing staff work and stuff like that. Is this race set in stone, in your estimation? Or maybe another way to put it, how many days of Donald Trump not having... Somebody said on Twitter the other day that the intern's in charge of updating the board that says we've had this many days without an on-site accident. So when he gets to 2 or 3 days, do things start to change? Will the press come after Hillary?
3 days is called a winning streak, I think.
That's right.
So yes.
Yeah.
So yes, because he has to keep himself out of the headlines.
Right.
It's like the Detroit Economic Club speech that he gave.
Don't say what he said in that speech. This may be the Internet, but don't say the word that he wrongly said in that speech.
But it was a perfect opportunity for him to stay on message, the type of thing the GOP consultant class would want him to stay on message about, talking about the bread and butter Republican issues. So if he is able to do that, and the more scandal-ridden stuff about Clinton's own candidacy begins to rise to the forefront, that's the kind of stuff the press has been after this cycle. It's what we've been talking about. 2 damaged candidates, high disapproval ratings. That could be the turn for Hillary to get hers.
Adam, one of the things that keeps parties together is a common enemy and a shared threat. If Democrats aren't taking... There was a period of time where Democrats didn't take Donald Trump seriously. They were blowing him off. They took him seriously. Now she's up by 8 or 10 points. in the national polls, which would manifest itself as like a 40-state victory, 40 or 45-state massive victory. Is there a danger for Hillary Clinton that Democrats cease to take Donald Trump seriously and start being more demanding of her? Because you don't let your candidate off the hook if you think she's going to win in a blowout. You say, now tell me more about the stuff I want.
I think that could be. I don't know. That maybe would happen more after the election. And I think one thing Democrats are also really concerned about right now is controlling the Senate. They want to take back control of the Senate. So they realize that if Hillary Clinton is continuing to run up these margins nationally, that's really going to help her down ballot brethren in states like Ohio, Pennsylvania, Florida, where there are key Senate races. Democrats only need to win 4 seats to take back the majority. So I think Democrats, even once they see the presidency is sort of it's more likely than not going to be in their hands, they're going to turn their attention to the Senate and potentially even the House, which will likely still.
You need to spend more time covering the Democrats. They will start a vicious tribal struggle within themselves before this is over. I promise. You can mark it down because it's how they roll. Gentlemen, we're glad that you roll with excellence. And you, Internet, we hope that you will roll on back for some more Power Play real soon.